Hey, boom, offload. Welcome to the hook. Today we're going to talk about Scott Lawrence. Hush, hush. Now, not hush, hush, being named the USA Selects head coach, and also the USA Selects being named. Let's just get into it. This roster is very interesting. 13 out of 28 of the travel squad are capped players. 2 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 of the 10 camp bodies, bench warmers, home reserves, call them what you will. I don't think these guys are there other than to, just provide extra depth for camp, and if need be, fly down to Uruguay in case someone gets hurt. Because we're only playing 3 matches. It's a 16 tournament, but it goes on aggregate score for the championship. We can only take 28. Let's just get into it. What do we got? We got a lot of props. I think this is arranged by loose head, hooker, and then tight head. I don't quote me on that. So we got, I don't know, Huluholo Mangaloa at all. He plays for Life West. He's a prop. He's uncapped. Then we got Kalepi Fifita, Glendale Raptors, prop, loose head. Interesting thing about him, I know him a little bit. He played as a defensive lineman for Northern Arizona University. He's a beast. At 17 years old, he played on the Tempe Division II national championship team. Think about that. He's uncapped, but like I said, he just finished playing Division I FCS football for NAU, and is now moved up to Glendale. I can only make the assumption that he is an MLR player. And with that assumption, we've got 10 professionals, including Ruben DeHaas, who is in the Cheetahs Academy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 8 MLR players that I can confirm. I don't really know all about Utah. I mean, not you scratch that. Correction. Seattle Saracens to Seattle Seawolves. I can make the good assumption that Saul Mooching will be on the Seawolves professional side. But if you add all the Seattle Saracens guys and say they're going to be on the Seawolves squad, then you've got basically a half professional, half amateur select group going down to Uruguay. And then we got Peter Malcolm. He went to Wheeling Jesuit, played great there. But also, most recently, he is a cap player, and he played for the Austin Huns MRC squad last year. Very good hooker. Big dude. Wanted to see him a little bit more up front during the Summer Internationals. It didn't really go down that well. But he played very well during the ARC last year. So good to see him there. Alex Vorster, BYU, hooker. He is not attached. He might have been on the Utah Selects, so don't quote me on there. He's uncapped. Alex Mon, Life West, prop, tight head, number 508. Patty Ryan, Bath, currently just left Newcastle. Played in the A-League for Bath. So I wonder if he'll actually come down or if he's just trying to grind it out and make sure he keeps that contract with Bath. He's the last capped Eagle at number 514. Then we got Angus McClellan, prop, Eagle number 493. Chicago Lions. Chicago Lions are supposed to be an MLR team in 2019, so don't quote me on that. If he is going to stay there or move on. There's a lot of Chicago Lions on this roster as well, so I think they're pretty much set. And then we've got Matthew Jensen. He was an Eagles select. Correction. He got capped this summer, I believe. Played Utah Selects, not Eagles Select, so he's definitely an MLR guy. Also, older guy out of BYU. I thought he played very well during the Summer Internationals. Following him, we got Brendan Hardiman, a lock, plays for San Francisco Golden Gate. Following that, we got Ben Landry, Glendale Raptors, lock, Eagle number 471. He's an MLR player. Oh, man. Having him back was great. He better not chase the NFL anymore. Jeez. And then after that, we've got Brendan Daly, another lock out of San Francisco Golden Gate. Currently uncapped and not an MLR player. Unless San Francisco Golden Gate wants to come around in 2019 and join MLR. Then we got Jack Kaka, BYU flanker. We've got Aladdin Shermer, Seattle Saracens, flanker, 488. Pretty good player. Haven't seen him break the Eagles side after camp in a while. Definitely want to see him play. And then here's an interesting selection. Saul Mwuching. He's been playing outside center and wing, and definitely on the wing when he went to World Club 10s with the Harlequins. So love to see him get down there. And why I'll talk to you why it's weird for me a little later on. He also signed with Digida Sport. So he is a professionally represented individual. Then we got Hanko Hamishais coming in at number 8 rather than flanker. So that'll be interesting. Love seeing Hanko. Oh, man. He goes in after it. He's just a Mack truck. He's a tank. He's a rhino from Austin Huns, and he's definitely an MLR player with Austin Elite. Then we got Ruben DeHaas. It said Little Rock Stormers on here, but that's really not what you want to put because he's not playing with Little Rock Stormers anymore. Ruben DeHaas signed a professional contract to be in the Cheetahs Academy. So he's in a super rugby academy. That's pretty awesome. And then we got Holden Youngert from St. Mary's College, scrum half. Ben Sema out of Rocky Gorge. Should be graduating this year from Maryland, fly half. He'll probably play some fullback too. He's Eagle number 504. He needs to play some high-level rugby. It's just that simple. Following him, Mike McCarthy from St. Mary's, another fly half. Then we've got Bryce Campbell of the Glendale Raptors, center, number 497, MLR player. Then we've got Lamoto Filikatonga, San Francisco Golden Gate, center. Then we've got Josh Whippy, BYU, center. And we got Martini Talapusi from Life West. He's a center. Then we got Zach Pangilinan, last played for Almback, but he has been signed by the Strikers. He plays on the wing. Eagle number 437. He is an MLR contracted player. Then we got Mitch Wilson from Life University. He's a fullback, uncapped, and not an MLR player at this time. Then we got JP Eloff from the Chicago Lions, fullback. He's Eagle number 477. Again, I think most of the Chicago Lions, they stayed where they are because their plan is to go professional next year as a part of MLR. Then we got Tim Maupin. He plays for St. Mary's College in Dublin, Ireland. He's a wing. He's Eagle number 446. Now let's go to the home reserve. Some of these selections do make sense, but I don't understand why they're not on the 28. So let's just get into it. Chance Wengleski, Lindenwood, prop. Jacob Finau, San Francisco Golden Gate hooker. John Hayden, Seattle Saracens, prop. Siausi Mahoney, Life West, lock number 5, Eagle number 511. Love to see him make it onto the squad after camp ends, if that's possible. I don't know. Then we got Masiu Koroy, Life University. He's a back rower, so really just all around a 6, a 7, and an 8. Devereaux Ferris, Life West, scrum half. Kaylee Conrad, I think that's how you say it. You can kill me later. From Almback, he plays fly half. Then we got Vetakina Malafu from Kutztown. He's a wing. Then we got Lorenzo Thomas, Lindenwood University center, and Eagle number 483. Haven't seen him in a while. Break the Eagles squad as well. And finally, rounding out the home reserve, we got Marcus Tupuola, Notre Dame College wing. So to go over, my big thing, I don't understand why we didn't just name Scott Lawrence a while ago, because it's really important that we just have our coaching staffs for every level set and every time and be as swift as possible. And in a previous article with Flow Rugby and Alex Goff, Dan Payne said that we, we're looking at naming a head coach in October, and that whoever led the selects, do not be confused. It's not a tryout. And this is where I get confused with Scott, because I know he left Life University to take a big gig with Oracle. And he's taken a lot of time off. So either he's leaving that or he's extremely successful and they're telling him to get out of the office. I'm going to say it's the other one, because he was extremely successful coach at Life. So I can only imagine that he'll be extremely successful in the software sales realm that Oracle deals with. But so I really want to see what he's learned while being on the staff under Mitch this last summer, and then also going down to the Stellenbosch World Rugby High Performance Academy. I want to see what he brings in. I don't know the system he's going to use. We've under Mitchell on the Eagles, we played a very champagne rugby style. I want to see us play very physical, very hard-hitting, flashy champagne rugby stuff. I want us to overpower everyone we go down there and play against. And I think we're a little late on the 20th coming into camp. I would have wanted this side named about a week ago and assembled about 4 days ago, and them just hard-hitting. Play a game in about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So if they're in camp for 14 days, I don't know how much that gives you guys time to install a system. If the majority of these players that weren't collegiate All-Americans were identified earlier and they received a playbook, good to go. But if we didn't, install a defense via email, then we've got a problem. Again, it's a very heavily capped squad, and some of these guys don't belong on the Eagles selects at all, because they've shown enough with 5 or 6 caps recently that this is a developmental tournament and we need to develop our younger guys. We don't need to get some of these guys just game time. So that's my concern. We're not taking a look at other people, with 13 of these guys already having been capped, and some of these guys haven't broken out in a roster in a while. So then let's get to Psalm Wuching and his selection at flanker. I think he's the perfect size there, and he'll be extremely physical. I guess in the eyes of Todd Clever, just bring a great level of intensity that's, it's not seen a lot. However, he's been playing wing and outside center, and that's where I think he fits great, because if we could have this big, bruising, fast, rangy backfield, we can play with some people. So I don't really understand that. And then you also had Lorenzo Thomas, who is that big, bruising, rangy type, wing, fullback, center. He's on the bench for the home reserves. So I'm really concerned about that. Let me know your thoughts, what you think Scott Lawrence is going to bring. USAR didn't announce the rest of the coaching staff, which makes me wonder who he selected, and it makes me wonder if these guys are getting compensated at all. I hope they're getting paid, because going down to Uruguay for a month on no pay, away from your family, kind of sucks. But if they're getting paid, and they're doing a job. That's it. If it's a developmental tournament, you don't need half of the Eagles training squad on your developmental team. It's just not smart. Paddy Ryan, like I said, he just got picked up with Bath. He was let go midsummer, well, I guess late summer, after the summer internationals from Newcastle, was trying to get a contract. He got picked up by Bath on, a trial, and immediately he played in their A-League match. So I think he's going to be set there, and I think that's very important because Bath can definitely develop props for us and for 2019. However, that makes me wonder if he's going to be available to go down to Uruguay. We'll see, and hopefully we're good, and hopefully he's in country in a week. But Benzema, don't know why he's on this roster. He's played enough for me. I know what he can do. What we need to do is get him into a professional setting after he graduates from Maryland. Bryce Campbell, why is he here? He's an Eagle. He's shown me enough. Ben Landry, shown me enough. Heck, I'd say Matt Jensen has shown me enough. There's just a bunch of guys on this roster that, they either haven't been able to break back out and stay on the elite training squad, or, they're going to be Eagles. So I don't know why they're there. It's going to be interesting. I think we've got a good squad set up overall. But we need more time together to go down there and win this thing. So that's my only concern. Tell me what you think. Go ahead and leave a comment. And catch me on Mondays at 8 p.m. Pacific time and 11 p.m. Eastern on Earful of Dirt podcast. We'll be on the hook Maybe I'll bring in some Tosan Touche Tomwe, some Gift Egbelu, and some, Grant Cole from This Is Texas Rugby onto the hook to talk, more either governance issues, but just Eagles-related stuff. So as far as how this affects MLR, it's great for these players to get high-level rugby going on before the preseason starts in January, because a lot of those dudes are going to be on the Eagles ARC squad. So getting them revved up over 3 matches early, no problem. And then they only play 2 matches for the autumn tour. So that's really not a lot of rugby between now and the ARC. So I don't think their mileage will get crushed at all. So, like I said, tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, jump in the comments. Let's talk about the Eagles selects and what we think we'll get in Uruguay. So, overall, like I said, I'm pretty pleased with the group that we have going down there, but I would have liked to have seen guys that are uncapped on the squad and see what the depth of our program is. And catch y'all later. It was a great day talking to you for, 15, 20 minutes about USA Rugby.